Hello, it is Patrick Tycoon Jones. I am holding no cut cards today. What I need each and every one of you is to get off your big lazy ass and get about business immediately. So let's get right into the episode. Hello, it is Patrick Tycoon Jones here with another meaningful episode, and this episode is going to be huge. There's nothing like it, okay? This is all about getting off your lazy rear end and going out there and making something happen, folks. That's what this is about. That's what I'm about. That's what my Tycoon Nation is about. And that's what all my Tycoons stand for, in case you didn't know. I hope you have your pens. I hope you have your pads. I hope you have something to jot this down, your computer. I don't care if you have your phone. Please, let's jot these down. Number one, don't be lazy and broke. Now, what does that actually mean? Being lazy and being broke. Are you over the age of 23? If you're 24 and up and you're still living in your mom's house, okay, and you don't have anything going on. It's cool if you're living in your mom's house and you're 23, 24, and 25 and you're building your own business, right? But it is not cool at all if you're 23, 24, 25 and up, you're still in your mom's house and you don't have anything going on. Now, this episode might sting a little bit, folks, okay, because I am going to start calling out things. The shoe fits, you must wear it. All of you know this, you must wear it. So, and I'll go back to me. When, I was 19 years old, okay, I was going to school and I was also submitting resumes day in, day out. I submitted 48 different resumes, okay, folks, before I actually got hired. And it was from tech sales all the way over to mortgage, anything that you could think of that had to do with sales, I was sending out my resume. I didn't want to necessarily get into car sales, and I never really even tried that, but anything else outside of that, pharmaceutical sales, and we're talking about professional pharmaceutical sales, technical sales, cybersecurity sales, you name it, I submitted my resume. And again, 48 different resumes before I actually got hired. And I would not take no for an answer. So I just kept plugging, and I just kept plugging until I got a call. And then I went in there, I had my suit ready to go. I had my shoes shined. I didn't necessarily have a tie, okay? But that's besides the point. I want all of you guys to go out and get a tie. Or, if you're a female, you go out and get your suits and make sure you guys are all crisp and ready to rock and roll. But right now, folks, in the world that we live in today, there's no reason why lazy be in the same sentence as you, my Tycoons. And there's no reason why broke should be in the same sentence as you, Tycoons, because as you all know, there's so many different legal ways to actually make money. I mean, hell, I was walking by a McDonald's and I saw that McDonald's was hiring for $15 an hour. Okay, so now I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, if I'm 16, 17 years old and I know McDonald's is hiring for 15 bucks, what am I doing? Right? You don't have a car. 17, you're getting ready to have your license. If your folks aren't buying you a car, you should be looking at jobs like that. Why not? Right? And then for those of you who want to continue that, then guess what you can do? You can go out there and say, okay, how can I open up a couple of franchises, right? So the hustle needs to be in you. There's no reason to be A, lazy, and there's no reason to be B, broke. I want all of you guys to do this, all right? If you don't have a job right now, I don't want to hear about it. What you need to do is, if you have to go to a gas station, if you have to go to Mickey D's, if you have to go to a department store like Marshall's or Nordstrom, get to it because there's money out there. And then if you like networking and you're working at, let's just say, a Nordstrom's, or you're working at a high-end department store, you're gonna then be catering to people like myself and catering to other people that you want to network with, that it would actually be beneficial for you to network. And then guess what happens? Then you can end up finding yourself in cybersecurity sales, right? You can end up finding yourself in whatever it may be that's positive to actually get you some money. However, what you can't do is when you're working these jobs, you can't be going in there with a horrible attitude. So I went to the movie theater, I was watching Doctor Strange. But before that, I got pizza, I got a drink, things of that nature. The girl behind the counter that was actually making the pizza, that brought the pizza to me, she says in the most monotone, dull, I don't want to be at the job voice, here's your pizza. And I looked and I was like, wow. Well, guess what? There will be no more conversation after this. It'll be, thank you for my pizza and let me go on. I cannot explain to you guys enough how important your attitude matters. Nobody that is somebody wants to interact with someone that has a horrible attitude, or they're not enjoying their job, or they're making the experience unpleasant. Don't be that person, okay? So again, don't be lazy and broke. There's so many different ways to get the bag. There's no reason why you should be sitting down, doing whatever you do in your mom's house, broke, scratching your head saying, you know what, no one will hire me. Go out, submit your resumes, be like me. If submit 48, submit 50, submit 100 if you have to until you get hired. Someone's gonna hire you, okay? Number 2, why are you unmotivated, folks? Why? Maybe it's perspective, right? Maybe you're in a very small town and the biggest vehicle that you see is a Cadillac, right? Maybe you need to go take your senior field trip, or maybe you need to go take a trip to the big city because you're in your 30s and your 40s and you've never gone outside of your small town. I know a lot of people that I grew up with that have not gone out of their small town. They stay there and then they wonder why am I not growing financially? Why am I not growing in my career? Well, you're in a very small pond where there's, a couple of people that are making money, and outside of that, everyone else is broke. You got to get to the big city. You got to get uncomfortable. You got to go travel. You got to go submit your resume. You got to figure it out, right? So you might be unmotivated based on your circumstances. That's a huge one, okay? If your circumstances are it, I want you to do this right now, and I don't care. Pick 4 of the top major metropolitan areas, and you and your girlfriend or you and your buddies get on a plane, get on a Greyhound, get on the train, the Amtrak, and get there and see the world. See all these different people that are having things. See all these nice vehicles that are coming down the street, one after another, after another, after another. Houston, especially in the Galleria area, that is a key area for that, right? You can catch all types of motivation in the Galleria area. You'll see anything and everything that you want to see, from a nice sports car to a high-end luxury vehicle, whatever it is, it's there. So my point of saying that is, if you're unmotivated, you need to check yourself. You need to understand why. If it's your situation, if it's your circumstances, if it's the small pond that you're playing in, folks, those are all key reasons on why you're unmotivated. And it may be, I'm not making the type of money that I should be making. Well, that's why I'm saying get off your lazy ass and let's get to it. Because if you're not making the money that you want to be making and you're capable of more, folks, tycoons, wake up, because there's people out there having it. There's people out there getting to the bag day in and day out. All right, that should be you as well. Next, don't be a victim. The world doesn't owe you anything. Just know that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. In case your parents, in case your friends, in case your family hasn't told you that, I'm gonna be the one to tell you that. Yes, me, Mr. Tycoon himself. The world or nobody else in the world owes you anything. which means it's all on you, okay? It's up to you. If you want a different job, if you just graduated college and you're not making the type of money that you want to make, you should be at your job for a year, get some job experience, and get yourself back out there on the market, right? Another thing is being a victim is, oh, woe is me. It's my circumstances. It's where I live. Nobody else in my family had anything. You don't have someone in your circle that you can look to and say, you know what, he or she is doing well. Well, look at me, folks. I'm talking to you. If you don't have anyone like that in your family, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Patrick Tycoon Jones, and we're going to work through all of this, folks, because there's no reason. You can flip on YouTube, you can see examples. You can go outside and you can see examples. You go to a nice high-end area and then you can see examples everywhere. And guess what? They're all walks of life. It's not just one demographic. Everyone is doing well. All different walks of life, different shapes, sizes, colors. It does not matter. It's this, folks. It's your dream, okay? And then after that, it's what are you going to do to go out there and get it? It's your hustle, right? It's you not being the individual that says, when the going gets tough, I'm going to quit. It's you saying, you know what, if I get knocked down, I'm going to get back up because that's how I beat my competition. When you're in a competitive race, others are going to get knocked down, right? As long as you get up one more time than your competition, that is the winner, okay? So keep your mind on the prize and all of that stuff that happened in the past that's causing you to think like a victim, okay, or act like a victim. Erase that from your memory and build new goals. Have new dreams, have new aspirations, and then go out there and get it. And here's another thing. If there's somebody that's doing well, you're at a restaurant, you see him pull up, it's the guy in the Porsche, or it's the guy in the Ferrari. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, excuse me, sir, or excuse me, man, because it's not just a guy. There's females out there that are killing the game in every industry, in every color, in every shape and size. There's females out there killing the game, right? So, excuse me, miss, excuse me, mister, you know what? I like the vehicle that you're driving, or I like the watch that you have on. I'm just wondering, what do you do for a living? And how did you get there? Everyone likes talking about themselves, right? So if you're thinking about being a victim, listen to these other people, listen to their stories, right? And I guarantee you a lot of these people, because a large portion of millionaires today, just so you know, okay, a large portion of millionaires today are first generation. What does that mean? That means nothing was passed down to them. It means they went out there, they created it, okay? And they're the first generation in their family to create wealth. So go talk to them, go ask them, go get some motivation. Get out of that victim mentality, okay? Next, stop believing your own lies. And that's a phenomenal segue. Now, let's talk about this. The worst person to lie to is yourself. When you're looking at yourself after you get out of the shower or after you come from the gym and you're looking yourself in the mirror, you're brushing your teeth, you can't believe the lies that you're out there telling other people or the lies that you're telling yourself, because time is of the essence, right? Now, one thing I will tell you when it comes to the time thing is Colonel Sanders, the CEO, owner of KFC. He created his first, or I should say he opened his first KFC at 67 years old. What does that tell you? That tells you that it's never too late, number one. But number two, get on your job, get on your grind. Go out there and create something, right? You don't have a money problem, you have a product problem. You're not creating anything, or you're not adding enough value for your job to give you the type of money that you want, okay? So stop with all the lies, okay? Yeah, I should have got this promotion. Yeah, I should have got this raise. Yeah, I should have got this, that, and the third. Well, guess what? You didn't get the promotion. You didn't get the raise. Now what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit back? Are you going to wallow in it? Or are you going to be about it and change your circumstances, folks? Let me tell you, I went from 1 year, I made $45,000. I literally cried. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I cried. I cried when I got my W-2 because I felt as though I kicked ass and I was doing well, right? That's what I thought. Now the scoreboard, your W-2, told me, oh man, no, you're not kicking butt. But guess what I did? I got about my business. I started reading books. I got serious about my career. I was already in sales, okay? I started focusing on my diction. I started focusing on my delivery. I started asking for business, okay? I perfected my craft. I went from $45,000 the very next year. I made $109,000. And the switch was in my brain, my effort, being serious, not being a victim, not feeling sorry for myself. That was the switch. And as soon as you guys get to that switch, the better. It's going to be better for you. It's going to be better for your family. It's going to be better for your kids. It's going to be better for your significant other. It's going to be better all around. You can do more things. You can experience more things, right? So keep that in mind. If I can do it, you can do it. Next, come back to reality. Please come back to reality. And the reason why I say that is this. As Diddy says, you can dream, you can be a dreamer all you want. Please dream. But at some point in time, you got to wake up and go get the dream. That's what I need you to do. Come back to reality. You're not rich yet, folks. Okay? If you're not rich yet, then you need to go out there and get it. It's your duty. That's what you're meant to do for your family. Go get it. What's stopping you? And there's going to be some of you out here, and I want to hear from you in the comments. You guys are going to say, money's not everything. Okay, well, do you have money? Oh, okay, so you're going to tell me being broke is everything? Because guess what happens when you don't have money to pay your bills? You're not going to experience money's not everything. You're not. You're going to experience shit. I wish I had some money. So all of you that say money's not everything, check yourself, because money's extremely important. And if you're out here giving feedback, to people saying, oh, money's not everything. Well, if I'm the person that's listening to you, guess what? I'm going to question who I'm listening to, because money is extremely important. Next, nothing happens without effort and being persistent. So let's talk about the effort. Are you afraid of working 10-hour days? Are you afraid of working 11, 12, 13, 14, 16-hour days? Are you afraid of that? Because if you are, you're never going to get the bag that you want. Because one thing that I know, and this is just my story, right? Not everyone's story is the same. But there were days that I would go into work and I would bring a brown paper bag, just so you know. So I wasn't going out, and I was making good money, right? 6 figures. But I wasn't going out eating lavishly. I'd have a hot dog, I'd have a sandwich, I had a fruit cup, a yogurt, a water, and that was that. Guess what? I would go in at 7 o'clock. And some days, that's 7 a.m., some days I would leave at 8 p.m. Now I would have an hour-long lunch. But that's the type of effort that I would put in on a very consistent basis. And guess what? I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. Because that's the reason why I was able, at 25 years old, to buy my first townhouse. That was $250,000. That was a huge accomplishment for me. I know there's some of you guys out there like, $250,000 townhouse. Look, 25. And I didn't even have my degree yet, folks. I didn't have my associate's degree. I didn't have my bachelor's degree either. But I was in the corporate world and I was hustling. And guess what? I put in the non-stop effort. I was extremely persistent, and that's what kept me around, and that's what kept me growing as well. Because what I would do, I knew I didn't have my degree at that point in time. I have it now, obviously. But at that point in time, I didn't. So then, what was my value add? It was my effort. It was, I am going to out-hustle the hustler, right? I'm going to outwork my competition. And of course, I was in sales, right? So me being in sales, it was very easy. The numbers don't lie, right? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, folks. So I would out-hustle the hustler. Please be extremely persistent, right? If there's not something that you're getting, if you're not getting the promotion that you want, I suggest you to schedule a meeting with your manager. Yes, you schedule a meeting with your manager, your director, or your VP, or your C level that you're reporting to, depending upon what role you're in. And then you ask him or her right now, hey, look, this is what I'm aiming for next year. How do I get there? Okay, I have a couple of ideas on my own, but I want to hear from you. And if I hit A, B, C, and D that you tell me, or that we agree upon, is there anything stopping me from this promotion? That's the level of conversation that you have to have. Now look, you can't be scared. A lot of you are going to be like, oh, I don't want to face my manager, my director, my VP, or my C level that I'm reporting to. Well, he or she is the individual that has the keys to the life that you want. So what are you going to do? Just sit around and be sad? Sit around and be on your lazy butt? Are you going to send that email tomorrow, schedule that meeting, have that hard conversation? And it shouldn't be hard. It should be easy. And they're going to respect you more for it. You want to know why? Because you're going after what you want. Folks, 9 times out of 10, the reason why you don't get what you want is because you don't go for it. You don't shoot your shot. Men, the reason why you don't have the woman that you want is because you're afraid. You won't shoot your shot. Women, same thing. Sometimes you have to put yourself in a situation to be seen or to be talked to. So the reason why you don't have the money that you want, the life that you want, the significant other that you want is because you won't do the work. You won't be persistent. You were unmotivated, right? You're lazy. You're still on your butt and you won't get after it. No excuses, folks. It's 2022. No excuses. Next, you may have to give more than you get at first. And that's extremely important. You guys got to know this. In life, especially when you're climbing the ladder of success and wealth, you're going to have to give more effort than what you're pulling in from a financial perspective. That won't last long because there's going to be an individual out there, as long as you stay the course, that sees your hustle, respects your hustle, and is going to put you on the path to success and the life that you want and earning the money that you want. But it's not until they see the value, they see that you give relentless effort every day, you're persistent every day. And the harder you work, the luckier you get, folks. You know, a lot of people say, I don't believe in luck. Well, guess what? Hold on. You work hard, luck comes with that. Okay? It's one and the same. Start working hard and stay consistent with it. That luck is going to meet you. So there's nothing wrong with giving more effort than the money that you're reeling in, because that will not last always. And there is going to be that stranger out there that, you know, is in the workforce or whatever your profession is, that actually sees your hustle, that wants to reward your behavior because they see a lot of them in you. And believe that, folks, because it will happen. It has happened to me and it will happen to you as well. So that concludes the episode, folks. You know what I always say, lock in with me because you know I'm locked in with you. And please like, subscribe, share this with an individual that needs the Tycoon knowledge. And until we meet again, make it a great day, folks. Bye now.